Hi, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm super excited because today we've been talking to some of my clients and some people that we connect with around happiness and what's happening in their lives and what we've all been experiencing over the last couple of years. So we talked about receiving calls from people having concerns about levels of happiness and how do they increase it and enhance it. It's such a timely topic because in one of my meditations, I got some insight into ways in which we can enhance happiness and ways in which we can elevate from where we've been. Like the last couple of years have been hard for all of us. What I really want to talk about is these ways that we can increase and enhance our happiness. So one of the first things I think is that we have to recognize where we've been to then create more of the happiness, because we've been in a unique place as a society over the last couple of years, right? We've been isolated. There's been a lot of fear in our system, in the energy. There's been a lot of people passing on. There's been a lot of unknowns about this virus. So first, you have to just acknowledge for yourself that you're coming out of an environment that had so many different things that we were unfamiliar with, that we couldn't control, that we couldn't change. And so now we're at a place where, around us still is a little chaotic, but we are feeling more solid and grounded. So one of the things to happiness is first for you to define what makes you happy. And I know this is going to sound funny because some of you will know it and some of you won't know it. And I'll just share this little tidbit of what sent me on my spiritual journey like 28 years ago. I was in the front of a house that my husband and I owned, and I was raking leaves and had a great job. We had this house, we were traveling a lot and having a lot of fun. But inside, I still felt something like was missing. I felt empty, okay, I have all of what they say is this American dream, and
Yeah.
yet it's not filling me up. And so that's when I started my happiness journey. And then it turned into a spiritual journey. Then it evolved into so many other things in search for deep and meaningful happiness. So if you're one of those people that don't know what's going to bring you happiness, don't worry about it. There's ways to uncover it and find out what will really illuminate you. And if you do know what brings you happiness, then what you want to think about is what's in the way. What's stopping you from bringing more of what you desire into your life? Because if you're looking for more happiness, what it's saying is there's something, whether it's a belief or whether it's a fear, that's keeping you out of stepping truly into your happiest place. So the first thing is, if you don't know what's going to bring you joy, identify whether you know what will bring you more happiness or whether you don't know what will bring you more happiness. But if you're in the camp of you don't know what's going to bring you more happiness, what I want to say to you is two things. In your life, you have been happy at certain times. It could have been long stretches of times or moments of time. So the first thing you want to do is go back and explore, what was I doing back then? Well, how was I being? What did I think about myself back then? What did I think about the world? What did I think about possibilities? Usually when people don't know what's going to make them truly happy, it's because along the way, you stopped following your own guidance and you stepped into what everybody else told you will make you happy. Like I was told getting a great job, having a house, doing this, and I did all those things. and it didn't bring me the happiness I was looking for. And what I realized for me was that it was an internal journey. Like I was disconnected from my soul and then my gifts. And so until I could realign to all of that, no matter what others told me would make me happy, it didn't. So if you don't know, what I want you to do is get reconnected to those times in your life when you did feel happy, and think about what you were doing, what you thought about yourself, and how you were being in the world, and jot them down. And for those that know what brings them happiness, fantastic, right into that. So if you're trying to figure it out, do this step that I just said. In the meantime, though, I want everyone to do a couple of things. We've had a lot of energy around us going through this pandemic. And there's a lot of fear right now in the marketplace with the stock market crashing, the war, and like there's just so much going on that every day you have to have a process that releases you from the energy that's in our world right now. And you might say, what? Why would I want to release from the energy that's in our world? Because the energy that's in our world right now is so mixed. It is unbelievably mixed. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of concern, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of lack. There's also a lot of joy, there's a lot of gratitude. So what you want to do, though, is release yourself from that energy and get grounded in your own energy. So how do you release yourself from this, world's energy? What you want to do is, I like this technique because energy comes at us through our world from so many different levels and so many different frequencies that I use this thing I call my lightsaber. And I imagine that I have this beautiful blue and gold light, because blue light and gold light are very high frequencies. And every morning I just take my little lightsaber and I bring it around my whole field, like a few times around my back and my front. But my intention is focused on letting go of any energy that is not mine, that I've walked through the world, I've picked up through conversations, or maybe just being in a store or being at a park. So the first thing you do every morning is release any of the energy you picked up. The second thing that you want to do is ground yourself back into your own field of light. So how you do that is just, we'll do it right now. You want to take a moment, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, just let yourself relax back into you. And as you're letting yourself relax back into you, I want you to imagine, and this is through intention again, that you are sending a beam of light from you to either your soul or co-creator energy, whatever works for you. And your beam of light is literally going from the top of your head out. And with intention, you're saying, I'm directing it to my soul, I'm directing it to co-creator energy. I use one or the other depending on my mood that day. So today I'm noticing I'm beaming my light up towards co-creator energy. Once I arrive at this energy, what I want to do is welcome that energy to flow into me, to fill me back up with possibility, with love, with joy. And I'm setting my intention that I'm open to receive this energy. So imagine doing that. Bring your energy up to your soul or to co-creator energy. Invite that energy to flow into you, filling you up with joy, with light, with possibility, with connection. And as you fill yourself up, what's happening? For me, I sent white light up, and I had silver and purple coming in as
Nice.
well. And what for me, I felt more expansive, like,
Mm,
I could step into all of who I am. Now, that exercise literally took us less than 5 minutes. That's a very simple thing that you can do on a daily basis to connect and elevate your own energy to bring in this lightness and happiness. And then from there, you get to ask yourself the question, what do I want to co-create today? What
yeah.
will bring me some joy? So when you ask yourselves the questions, feel free to post it in. What would bring you joy today? It is so easy for us to be so distracted by all the things we should be doing, or we think will create something, when all along the happiness is within us for us to access in a really easy way. So this is just a very simple process that can drive you into your happiness. And you can do it throughout your day. It doesn't only have to be in the morning. You could do it many times throughout the day. I had a moment right before I got on this call when I realized, oh, the next 3 days I'll be teaching this intensive workshop and I won't be able to spend any time with my husband. So I bopped into his office and I said, hey, I have a few hours this afternoon. Do you want to go play hooky and do something like go to the beach or go for a walk or do anything? And he goes, oh, how about going? And there's this favorite ice cream place we know of that's out in the country, like for a drive there and getting an ice cream. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. Now, that
I
was
love that.
not in my calendar. It wasn't even this morning as I was thinking about everything I had to do. It wasn't something I was thinking about. It was in that moment when I thought my next 3 days are really busy. I won't be able to connect with my husband. How do I create some connection today? And the most important thing is when you come up with an idea, act on it. Because it's so easy. It would have been so easy for me to look at my endless to-do list and say, I don't have time for this. I need to get to this. But if you're only doing what's on your to-do list, then where's the joy? Where's the adventure? So that's what I think about as happiness, having the freedom and flexibility to act in the moment and then do something that's going to fill you with some experience. So our level of happiness has to do with our level of connection to co-creator
Mm,
energy and to soul. And in that level of connection is where we align to what's possible. So that's why we end up manifesting things faster and easier and co-creating more in our life. So I just wanted to make that full circle of why you said, oh, since I'm happier, here's all these things that are happening to me. That is why it's happening, because you're back in alignment, you're back in connection. And so the universe can get behind you and the co-creator energy can support you as well. I hope this really sets those that are listening after the fact. I hope the simple exercise starts to make big change. Life doesn't calm down. The world isn't going to calm down.
no.
There'll be more coming at us. My guides have all showed me this. And so it's how do we take care of ourselves and manage ourselves, even in the face of the change and the chaos or the confusion or the fear. And this is a simple process. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget, you can always drop your questions into the group, and I'd be happy to answer them. Fantastic day. Bye.